Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the Full Mechanics 1/100 scale Iron Brother Orphans Gundam Bael. Now before you shoot down to that comment section and tell me you're pronouncing Bael wrong, just remember it's just a fake robot, nobody cares. If you're reading the Japanese pronunciation, it's actually Baeru, and I don't see anyone actually calling it Baeru, so I'm just gonna call it Bael. You guys can call it whatever you want. I know that's out of the way, let's get into the unboxing. So this is, once again, the first edition version, so this has the kind of red bottom box, and so this is including that action base, so it just has that extra action base and a couple of extra Galahorn stickers for that. So yeah, just pretty standard box art here. It kind of looks like it's doing a dance or something. Actually, it doesn't really look more like a fighting pose. It looks like it's just doing some swords dance there, and of course you can see the Gundam frame there in the background like it's been with all of these Full Mechanics kit, and you can actually see like a shadow of like the Gundam's backpack there and all just kind of nonsense background, but it's looking very minty fresh with this green sparkle there. So kind of interesting box art. Anyway, as you just saw there, again, this is just number 04, number 4 in the Full Mechanics line, and the last one, I believe. I think they were only planning on doing 4. Who knows if Bandai will maybe pull something out of their heads and make another one, but I think this is probably going to be the last one. So going to be very similar to the HG, of course, but just better details, better part separation, all of that, and just better proportions in my personal opinion. But of course that is just personal opinion, so you can see truly experience the reality of the inside of the armor, which has been exactly the same since the very first 1/100 scale kit, basically. Then here, just some more about the details of that. Some close-up of the details on the Gundam. It has the bent wrist like the Vidar had, so that'll be good for holding the swords. Same kind of sword holster kind of feature for the back skirt like the HG had, and of course it has the realistic frame inside. Here's just a nice big image of what the front and back of the kit look like. I really hate the huge feet of this design, but one thing that I think is kind of interesting about this design, that it looks more so in this version compared to the HG, but you can see like the back of the foot comes up almost all the way to touch that armor piece that's on the back of the leg, so it almost looks like that's just like a whole big solid leg piece. It almost kind of looks very similar to like the Unicorn Gundam's legs, and that just is just like this really big, huge, like thick solid mass of white going all the way down. So I think one thing that you could do is maybe even like take this piece on like the back of the leg and modify that and extend that even more to cover up more of the back of the leg, and then it just looks like just a huge big white piece for the leg. Anyway, if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing there, then hopefully you get what I mean, but I noticed that in this kit more so than the HG. Anyway, then of course it has its 2 swords, and then it has a whole bunch of articulation in the wings, of course the thruster wings, and then we have the list price here for 3,200 yen for this. So one thing that's also cool about this, I don't think the Barbatos Lupus Rex had this, but this one does. On the back here, we have the box art once again, but it's like all in just monochrome red, so like kind of like P Bandai style looking with that, so that's pretty cool, I gotta say. This one also, yeah, just kind of highlights here that it comes with the display stand and stickers, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, if you're one of those people who like to say, oh, I'll wait for the master grade, or when the master grade's gonna come out, I really don't think that master grades are gonna be coming out for these kits anytime soon, so I wouldn't wait if I was you. I would just get this. But anyway, here we have some stickers. Very few stickers, so that's always nice. Multicolor runner there, but the rest of it's going to be pretty much just white and gray, I imagine, after this. So there's just a copy of that, and then just white, gray, white and polycaps, white, and gray. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then of course we have our runner here for the action base. The action base that is the one that was included with the Gundam Fenice Renashida, as well as the Galahorn stickers there. And then our manual, so we do have an extra little insert here for just how to build the base. Yeah, and our manual here will have the same box art on the front, on the back, just same kind of stuff again that we saw on the outside of the box. Love this pose. It's a great pose for sure. And then here at the bottom we have our painting guide. They're in Japanese and in English. Basically just white and blue and gray for the frame. Here on the inside we have some more information about the Gundam Bael and Miguelis Farid. All of that there. And then some more just kind of stuff about the frame and all of that here. You can check out some of that if you want to see about the frame. Then we have our parts list. Pretty much going to be using everything except for a couple of the parts in the runners, so like the feet. I've heard that there's no feet frame in this, so it's similar to like the HG kits that usually don't have any sort of frame in the feet. Usually not much to speak of anyway. So we're not going to be using those parts, and then we're not going to be using the head frame here, it looks like. So maybe that's going to be on a different runner. The head's going to be a little bit different. But as far as I can see here, those look like the head frame parts. So the construction is going to start off with the frame as usual, just building up all the inner frame, the body, the head, the arms, the legs, and then of course the feet there at the same time. And then finishing up the frame and the feet, and then going back and adding the armor. So adding the armor on the torso, on the head, on the arms, shoulders, legs, waist, weapons, finishing up the back skirt part, and then the wings, the backpack, and then using the weapons, obviously pretty much a no-brainer there, but in case you needed any extra hints on that, and then just building the extra hand there at the end, that is, I guess, the just regular left hand. Kind of odd that they would do that separately, but alright, let's get a look at the runners. Alright, so once again, just here's all the parts for making the base. So just have two runners here, and then just like the main base part. This is molded in like that kind of like pearl white, so it's not great. I would definitely be painting this. I really don't quite understand even why they molded it in this color instead of just gray or black or something, but anyway, that is the base, and then we do also have the two kind of Gellerhorn stickers for that. So some pretty nice large stickers. You can basically just put these on like somewhere wherever you want. They don't really fit too well on the base, probably pretty much anywhere, except maybe you could put it maybe right there. It would maybe fit pretty well. You guys can see that, and like stick it right there. That'd probably work, but alright. Then anyway, we have the polycaps. So this is our polycap runner PC212, the same as all the other 1/100 scale IBO kits. So we've got all of our polycaps there, and just a standard kind of brownish gray color. And then we have our sticker sheet. So our sticker sheet is just quite small actually, so that's good. You can see all these gold ones are going on the inner frame, so you even like don't even really have to use those. These ones kind of on the thigh are kind of the only ones that really ever show. You have a couple of these small little black ones I think are probably going on the torso, and I'm not totally sure at the moment, torso or legs. These blue ones, which are unfortunately going at the end of the V-fin, that's kind of unfortunate we didn't get those as separate blue parts, but of course those would be really small. This one little kind of like power symbol there that goes on the front skirt, center of like the crotch piece, and then these blue ones here that go on the back of the legs. And for runner A here, we have a nice 4-color runner. So one molded gold piece for the sword blade, some yellow here across the bottom, and then some blue all throughout here. And then this red is actually like a really like salmon pink kind of color. So this is for like that power symbol kind of thing in the shoulder, and this is our part for the eyes. Like the eyes, just a molded color. You can also see we also have this part, which is that part for the shoulder. That's going to be an actual blue molded part too, which is kind of unfortunate because I really think that symbol looks stupid. So whenever I get around to painting mine, I'm just going to have to just like putty over that. So then we have that, and then we do also have a runner A2, which is just a copy of this section of the runner here. Then we got runner B1. This is a whole bunch of frame parts, and these are all new parts. So like new hand, new parts for the head, and then these are just like new parts for the feet and other kind of just mechanical bits that are not included on the other just like regular Gundam frame runners. So this one is marked specifically for the Gundam Bael. Then we do also have runner B2, which is a copy of this section here, and you'll notice there's this big empty gap here. So some people will, I don't know if someone will probably say like, oh, there's going to be a P-Bandai exclusive or something, and like on other kits that would possibly mean yes, that could be some space reserved for some other part. In this case, I don't think so. I think it's just they had this empty space. They just didn't need anything else, and just the shape of the runner just kind of worked out to just have that connected in there like that. So I really wouldn't read too much into that in this case. Then we got runner C1. This is just the exact same runner that we had from the original 1/100 scale Barbatos kit. So nothing new about this at all. This is 1/100 scale IBO Gundam Frame 1. So this is C1, and then C2 is like other half of that. So like C2 is all the parts for the arms, and C2 is all the parts for pretty much the legs and torso. And then we got runner D, which again just more interframe parts, more parts for the torso, legs, arms, hands, head, but in this case we aren't going to use these two main parts for the head, but just all of this kind of interframe stuff. And now getting into all the white armor. Of course, this is going to have a lot of this, with this mobile suit being primarily white. So we have runner E, and we also have runner E2, which is a copy of this section here. So some of this, I mean, a lot of really great detail. That's what the full mechanics line is all about. So like here on the arm, lots of really cool detail here. That detail is looking really nice. Then you have other parts like this part here, which I believe is on the side of the leg, with this like zigzag line detail, which they did like also on the Barbatos Lupus, and it's just kind of silly. Like, what kind of detail is that? Who makes like a zigzag line like that? That's kind of one of the more stupid details, but other parts do have a lot of really nice detail on them. Then we have runner F, which is more white armor. These are the non-doubled parts, so like parts for the waist and torso mostly. You can see here's those shoulder parts, which would be doubled, except for they have this one part is cut out for that blue piece, for that logo there in the shoulder. I really think that what they should have done, I mean, it's cool they made that a separate piece. What they should have done is just made that just that symbol just engraved into there, instead of make it a whole separate piece. Seems kind of silly. But just make it just like engraved, and then like they have a sticker for that. I think would be fine. And then like for people who want to paint it, it's easy enough to paint because it's actually molded detail. But in this case, with it being a whole molded separate piece, those people who don't want that, like me, is just going to be just that little bit more harder to get rid of that, but still not really too big of a deal. And then finally, runner G1, which is some more white parts, but these are all the parts for the backpack. So we've got runner G1 here, and then G2 here for all of our white parts for the backpack, and that's it. So that's it for unboxing the full mechanics 1/100 scale Gundam Bael. Cool kit. I'm looking forward to this. I thought the HD was okay, but honestly kind of a little bit boring. I think the 1/100 scale definitely has better proportions, and so will overall make a more cool looking kit when it's all said and done. We'll have to see. So if you guys do have any other questions or comments, leave those down below, and I'll see you guys in the review. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.